Good morning, good morning. Good morning and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be changing the oil and the oil filter in this VW Golf. This is a 1.4 petrol TSI. And I'm also gonna top up some screen wash fluid, check the coolant, and check the overall condition. This is the oil filter I'm gonna be using today, the Malay OC593-4. Yeah.
100 something degrees or almost 170, I think 170. Yeah, usually 170 times.
Hi there everybody, welcome to another video. I was interrupted so I couldn't carry on with what I'm doing. So I am servicing this 1.4 TSI petrol automatic VW Golf. This is my oil filter, the Malay one, OC593. This is a 2009 by the way. But first I'm going to top up some screen wash fluid and put some coolant in our well, I'm not going to put coolant, sorry, I'm going to check the level and check the antifreeze in there. Now this car has been running, it's hot, so I have to be careful when opening these. Just putting pressure on it and turning it slowly. This is the gadget I use for checking the percentage of antifreeze. So I just sucked some water and it's showing me minus 35 degrees. So that's a good percentage of antifreeze. Today is cold, it's like 3 degrees here, but it's not freezing. So anyway, it would have to be below minus 35 in order to get this coolant to freeze, if that makes sense. With this little gadget, you can also check the sort of color of the coolant as well as whether it's contaminated or not. And this one is nice and clear. It looks a bit orangey. So a lot of VWs, Audis, they have orange antifreeze. Minus, settling at about minus 37, so I'm happy with that. Wherever you are in the world, you need antifreeze because it's got agents which protect the engine from corrosion as well. So you may not have it as strong, but you'll still have antifreeze in your engine. Now just flashing a light, it really helps you see where your antifreeze is, and in my case it's in the minimum, so I'm gonna top up a little bit. There's no concern for your antifreeze to be a little bit low in its annual check. Just top it up. If that container was completely empty, then I would be concerned that there's a leak somewhere. So, happy days, we can close that container and move on to the screen wash fluid. If you have any questions, by the way, just go ahead and ask. If I can reply, if I know, I will let you know. If I don't know, I will tell you that I don't know. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It's most likely I have a video already on this car, so you can watch it more calmly. Today is more of a, you can ask me questions or just keep me company. Right, now I'm gonna top up some screen wash fluid and that goes in this tank. So again, another recommendation, use proper fluid. I normally buy it concentrated and I mix it myself. This is already mixed. I mean, I bought it concentrated and I mixed it. It works out a little bit cheaper, but if you just want to buy the ready mix one, do so and then you can just top it up as required. Keep that as in your boot or luggage. Luggage compartment, I meant to say. This is our dipstick. And the oil filler cap. So I'm just gonna leave that open and open that as well. Allows a little bit of air into the system while we drain the oil from underneath. And the oil filter is sitting here. I've already loosened it a little bit, so it's kind of loose. You want to open it very slowly, so if any oil drips, you may want to have a little bit of paper or rag there so it doesn't drip on top of your alternator. I had the tool for removing this, which I was going to show you, and as I got distracted with something else, I don't know where I put it, but it's basically a socket that fits on top of the filter and you can undo it. But usually we don't use the socket to tighten it. There's the old oil filter. And sometimes you need to be careful. Sometimes this rubber here stays in there. And if you haven't noticed that, if you put your other filter on it and you force it in, it will definitely leak. That's the new filter. I'm not gonna put it yet. We'll put it after draining the oil. Right, I'm just writing everything down as we go along. This engine, I'm gonna use 5W30 as well, oil-wise. So, anyway, on the side there, you can just about see the alternator belt or V-belt. You can also have a look at it, make sure it's got no cracks and things. This one is okay. This car has done 36,000 miles, so it's fairly low. Right, time to start up, and I have to remove all the wheels and everything else. So, let's see if I can put this here. And bring the car up, and I'm gonna remove the wheels. Check the depth of the tires, check discs and pads, that kind of thing. I may have broken my clip. Oh, thanks for letting me know. It might be... Is it any better there? Yeah, it's always a bit dodgy here in the shed, I mean. I think the closer I am to that side, it gets a little bit better. It's a bit better there. Right. I'm gonna try to leave it there. Also, my clip just broke, so I can't put it anywhere else. Well, thank you for joining me, by the way, and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, anyway, I need to remove this wheel. Actually, I need to remove all the wheels. Got my locking key. So I'm just using this little gadget here to measure the tire depth. Just checking the overall condition of the tires. To be fair, all these 4 tires are brand new, so they all have about 7 millimeters of thread depth, and the legal is 1.6, the minimum, and you have the little markings in there if you didn't know. But yeah, so these are all brand new, so I'm not concerned with those. Obviously they can still have faults, but now I'm gonna remove all the tires so we can just have a look at the discs and pads, which I can already see the front disc and pads are looking new, and the rear pads are looking good, okay as well. But removing the wheels allows me to see a little bit better. That one's a bit stubborn. I think I managed to crack it. Right. Well, now we can see the discs and the pads are a little bit better. This car already had its MOT done and it was okay, it was a pass, but so I'm just doing its service now and just double checking everything basically, but everything is looking good. The disc and pads do look new. It's got new tires and so it's in good condition. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the other side and the back. The back pads are looking good too, but the disc's not so great. So they put new pads in the back, but they didn't change the discs, and they are getting a little bit corroded, but they're not bad as such. They still have life in them. So I don't really want to move my camera because it disturbs the image. So anyway, now I'm gonna get the car up, drain the oil, and we're getting there. Okay, we see the oil sump from here. Right next to the exhaust. Usually need a 19mm socket for that. Bolt and copper washer. I do happen to have a copper washer, spare one. So that's the old one. If you are working on a VW like this, the size of the copper washer is that there. 14 by 20 by 1.5. So usually I buy about 100 because I'm doing this particular copper washer actually fits. Stuart, my battery went flat, got new battery. Now my passenger car window and driver's side using driver's side control. Which car? VW as well? A Golf? So did you say your driver's side is not going up or down? Honda Civic. Have you tried reprogramming the windows? You know, sometimes you have to hold the switch up for each window a few seconds, like 10 seconds. So you have to go to each door and hold the switch, the window switch up for about 10 seconds. And that sort of resets. Usually on Lexus, that works. Or you can try only the back ones work from the driver's control. Well, try to do the reset procedure by holding the switches up, and if that doesn't work, you may need to reset them via an OBD computer. But that's not usually the case, to be fair. Oh, hi, Raja. I'm good. Hope you're well. A fuse. Have you tried opening the windows individually from each door? Uh, if they are working, I'm not sure it could be a fuse. Let me have a think. I do remember I had a problem with a Honda Accord where the controller was not working, was not operating. The controller was not working, and I ordered another controller, a second-hand one, and it wasn't working either. So I think it was something else that was a problem. I'm gonna try to remember, but you may need to get the fault codes checked. And it was also after the battery went flat. Yeah, no worries, Stuart. It was a while ago. It was a Honda Accord, and I do remember. The only problem is it was my colleague who changed something else. Well, I'll have a think. Hey, Raja, I'm just doing. I'm changing the oil and the filter on a VW Golf 2009. Doing some maintenance. You're welcome, Stuart. You're welcome. Okay, that seems okay. I'm going to put some plug bolt back on, new copper washer, 30 Newton meters. I mean, it's worth checking the fuses if you can in the meantime, but it was another switch that went faulty on that Accord. I have a bit of brain fog. I don't remember anything. I mean, I do remember the event of the Accord. It was something that is so basically some of these parts are connected to some things that we sometimes don't link them, if that makes sense. Like for example, in a Toyota, like the Toyota Corolla or Avensis, you get an anti-skid warning lamp, like suggesting something is wrong with your brakes. And it's nothing to do with the brakes, but the fault is actually the airflow meter that goes faulty. It's just so unrelated. It's connected somehow to the circuit, but it's confusing. And I know that's happened to. I bought the controller. I still have the controller for that Honda Accord, which obviously it wasn't faulty. Right. Perfect. Have a look at that. You're very welcome. I'm sorry I can't specifically remember. Right, this car looks okay. I just had a quick look at the exhaust and everything else. I'm gonna lower it, get the wheels back on, check the tire pressures. Right, bear with me. I'm going to do the same all around and check the tire pressures, and then we can put some oil. And how are you, Raja? Where is Raja? What are you up to today, mate? So if you didn't know how much air goes in your tires, basically you can open, if you open the fuel cap on the Golf, it shows you how much air goes in the tires. And in this particular one, it says 2 bar on the front and 2 bar on the back. And 2 bar is about 30 psi. So that's the air I'm pumping in. Also, it tells you if you carry more people or more luggage, you can put 2.3 bar in the front and 2.8 bar in the back. But that would be temporary, obviously, if you carry a lot of weight. Otherwise, 2 bar and 2 bar, so 30 psi, 30 psi. Now this car had tires all around, and what happens is it had, I mean, brand new tires not long ago, and they were all a bit of low in air. So it doesn't mean they have a puncture, but what really happens is they start losing a bit of air from the rim here. So you could perhaps go back to your tire shop and ask them to reseal the edges here, because they do leak. And when they have to clean them, and then they apply a little bit of seal, and that stops them from losing air. So especially when you get brand new tires, that happens. Like these ones, I just found them all to be quite low on air, and almost 24 psi each. And don't forget to put these back in the boot. Sometimes I forget. Well, I haven't forgotten for a while, but I always keep it on my hand, so I don't forget to put it back. Right, getting there. New filter. Bit of multi-purpose grease. And this filter goes down like this, by the way, so I can't really put oil in there. I still don't know what I've done with the socket. That I was using earlier on. Hand tight. Trying not to move my camera too much, otherwise the signal gets messy. So I'm just gonna put some oil now. This car takes 3.6 liters. I'm gonna have to go get some oil. Right, bear with me, I'm gonna get some oil, and I am still looking for the socket for the oil filter. got my 3.6 liters of oil that I'm gonna be using. I use this can for measuring purposes. Usually I use Castrol 5W30. Now, pouring the oil in this one is a very slow process. It takes a while. Right, patience is a must. So now I can close the oil fill cap. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. I have loads of videos on Golf. How to change the spark plugs, coil packs, how to reset the service light. Now we can check the dipstick. So our dipstick usually, if you look at your manual, it has an area here where you have a maximum section and a minimum. So I just changed the oil. I am aiming to be at the top here, and it's probably going to be a little bit over because so it should be somewhere around here really, but it's probably going to be somewhere around here. And as I was saying, once you run the engine, some of the oil goes into the oil filter and it remains there. As a result, then this goes down a bit to the max. If you were just checking your oil generally, then if you found it to be at the low end, you would want to top up a little bit to bring it up. So my oil is up here, up to this orange point here. And I am expecting it to be there. So after running the engine from the orange, it will go down to the normal area here. And that's it. Engine is nice and quiet. And now I'm going to I need to reset the computer. I don't know if I remember how to do that. Have to check it out. I also need to plug in the OBD to check if there's any fault codes. So the moment I get the spanner there, and as far as I remember, you have to hold this here and get the ignition on and keep holding that button. No, that's not it. Right, I need to figure this out. I need to remember how it's done. It's just all different, all Golfs have different methods. That's the problem. I do remember having to hold that there. Hang on. It might be that I have to flick that one there. So. Yeah, that's the trick. So press and hold this button, get the ignition on, release that button, and press that button there. Now the spanner is gone. Happy days. Now, that's pretty much it, really. Thank you guys for joining me. Today I am now going to go and give this car a wash. It needs a wash, it needs a hoover. That's what I'm going to do next. But as far as changing the oil, we are pretty much done. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and you will find loads of videos in my channel. So I will probably be back in the next few days. Yesterday I was live with a Mini. I was fitting a CarPlay interface. So don't forget to check that out. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.